Introduction to Effects. Adobe Premiere Pro includes a mixture of audio and video effects that you can apply to clips in your video program. An effect can add a special visual or audio characteristic or provide an unusual feature attribute. For example, an effect can alter the exposure or color of footage, manipulate sound, distort images, or add artistic effects. You can also use effects to rotate and animate a clip or adjust its size and position within the frame. You control the intensity of an effect by the values that you set for it. Also animate the controls for most effects using keyframes in the Effect Controls panel or in a timeline panel. Adobe Premiere Pro has fixed FX and standard FX. Standard effects generally affect clip image quality and appearance, while fixed effects adjust clip position, scale, movement, opacity, speed, and audio volume. By default, fixed effects are automatically applied to every clip in a sequence, but they do not change to the clip until they are manipulated. You can create and apply presets for all effects. You can animate effects using keyframes and view information about individual keyframes directly in a timeline panel. So, let's apply some really cool effects to our clips. About fixed and standard effects. In this lesson, we are going to discuss two different types of effects: fixed effects and standard effects. Let's start with fixed effects. Every clip you add to a timeline panel has pre-applied or built-in effects known as fixed effects. Fixed effects control the inherent properties of a clip and appear in the Effects Control panel whenever the clip is selected. To open Effect Control panel, go to Windows menu and click Effects Control, or hit Shift+5 on the keyboard. You can adjust all of the fixed effects in the Effect Controls panel. However, the Program Monitor, Timeline Panel, and Audio Mixer also provide controls that are often easier to use. The fixed effects include motion. Motion includes properties that allow you to animate, rotate, and scale your clips, adjust their anti-flicker property, or composite them with other clips. Opacity. Opacity lets you reduce the opacity of a clip for use in such effects as overlays, fades, and dissolves. Time remapping. Time remapping lets you slow down, speed up, or reverse playback or freeze a frame for any part of a clip. It also provides fine controls for the acceleration or deceleration of these changes. Volume. Volume controls the volume for any clip that contains audio. Next is standard effects. Standard effects are additional effects that you must first apply to a clip to create a desired result. You can apply any number or combination of standard effects to any clip in a sequence. Use standard effects to add special characteristics or to edit your video, such as adjusting tone or trimming pixels. Adobe Premiere Pro includes many video and audio effects which are located in the Effects panel. Standard effects must be applied to a clip and then adjusted in the Effect Controls panel. Certain video effects allow direct manipulation using handles in the Program Monitor. All standard effect properties can be animated over time using keyframing and changing the shape of the graphs in the Effect Controls panel. The smoothness or speed of the effect animation can be fine-tuned by adjusting the shape of Bezier curves in the Effect Controls panel. Because fixed effects are already built into each clip, you need only adjust their properties to activate them. Adobe Premiere Pro renders fixed effects after any standard effects that are applied to the clip. Standard effects are rendered in the order in which they appear from the top down. You can change the order of standard effects by dragging them to a new position in the Effect Controls panel, but you can't reorder fixed effects. Applying presets. Premiere Pro CS4 provides a collection of effects presets in Effects panel. This presets bin contains presets for popular effects. These preset effects are real time savers, and you don't have to configure any effect by yourself. For example, if you want a clip to blur in quickly, you could apply the fast blur effect and set keyframes for it manually. Suppose if you are not satisfied, you can easily customize individual effect settings and save them as presets, which you can then apply to other clips in any project. To save any preset after modification, make sure that you are in Effect panel and the particular effect is selected. Now, if you notice, we have this small button here at the top right of the Effects panel. As you click it, a pop-up menu will appear. Go down and click Save Preset. Save Preset window will appear. Enter a new name for your preset and, if desired, enter a description. Select one of the following preset types. These types specify how Adobe Premiere Pro handles keyframes when you apply a preset to a target clip. Scale. Scales to source keyframes proportionately to the length of the target clip. This action deletes any existing keyframes on the target clip. Anchor to endpoint. Retains the original distance from the clip in point to the first effect keyframe. Anchor to outpoint. Retains the original distance from the clip outpoint to the last effect keyframe. Finally, click OK. Adobe Premiere Pro saves the selected effects, including their keyframes, to the new preset. The new preset will be saved in the Root Presets bin. You can view the properties of an effect preset, select the preset in the Effects panel, and choose Preset Properties from the Effects panel menu, which is at the top right corner of the Effects panel. Or you can double-click on the preset name and you will get the property window. Try all presets provided by Premiere Pro CS4 according to the needs in your work. Adjustments and color corrections. In this lesson, we are going to see one of the video effects named Color Corrections and its adjustments. If you are a multimedia student, you must have done such types of corrections in almost all softwares. If not, don't worry about it. Just follow us. As you can see, we have this small clip in timeline. Let's zoom in a little. Let's go to Effects panel. Click this small triangle to expand it. As you can see, a long list appears here. From this list, let's click the color correction. Color correction includes corrections like brightness and contrast, broadcast colors, change color channel mixture, and lots more. Here, let's click the brightness and contrast, and without leaving the mouse button, just drag and drop on the clip. As you release the mouse, the applied effect is being added to the Effect Control list, along with the default effects like motion, opacity, and time remapping. As you click it, you will get both controls of brightness and contrast. Just keep your mouse pointer over the value, click and drag either left or right. According to the change in values, the respective effect will also be controlled. If you want more precise adjustments, you can again go inside the individual effect by clicking this small triangle again. You will get a slider control which will then move between the ranges 100 to -100. Similarly, you can apply any number of effects. Let's take one more effect here, say channel mixture. Just click, drag and drop it on the clip. See, all possible channel combinations are listed here. You can adjust the values of each combination according to your need. If you want your clip to be in a monochrome channel, that is black and white, then just check this monochrome checkbox, and as a result, your clip will be converted to black and white. There is a lot which you can try and get, and you can see the amazing result. Adjust color and luminance using curves. Hi friends! In this lesson, we will discuss another kind of adjustment using curves. Up until now, we have seen how you can adjust the values of a particular effect using sliders. Let's see how we can do adjustments using curves. In the Effects panel, click the triangle to expand the Video Effects bin, and then click the triangle to expand the Color Correction bin. Drag Luma Curve of the following effects to the clip in a Timeline panel. Luma Curve adjusts primarily luminance. To adjust the luminance, click to add a point on the Luma or master graph and drag to change the shape of the curve. Bowing the curve upward lightens the clip, and bowing the curve downward darkens the clip. The steeper sections of the curve represent portions of the image with greater contrast. Let's take another effect, that is RGB curves. RGB curves adjust both color and luminance. Note, if a clip is selected in a Timeline panel, you can drag the effect to the Video Effects section of the Effects Controls panel. To adjust both the color and luminance using the RGB curves effect, click to add a point on the appropriate graph to adjust all color channels, master, the red channel, the green channel, or the blue channel. Drag to change the shape of the curve. Bowing the curve upward lightens the pixel values, and bowing the curve downward darkens the pixel values. The steeper sections of the curve represent portions of the image with greater contrast. Note, you can add a maximum of 16 points to the curve. To delete a point, drag it off the graph. As you make adjustments, watch carefully for noise or polarization in the image. If you notice any of these, reduce the value you are adjusting.